On the anniversary of the shooting in Tucson, Arizona, the shooting where Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords was seriously wounded, Joe Biden put out a statement where he said, "As president, I pledge to continue to work together with Congresswoman Giffords, with survivors, families, and advocates across the country to defeat the NRA and end the epidemic of gun violence in America." Truth be told, I'm all for finding a way to end gun violence as long as it's constitutional. However, what I have a problem with is a man who's supposed to become the president of a country that has the right to bear arms enshrined in its constitution, saying he's going to defeat the largest defender of that very right. Could you imagine if Joe Biden said he was going to defeat the NAACP and end the epidemic of racial inequality in America? You would think Joe Biden was a Looney Tune, but here he is saying he's going to defeat the largest Second Amendment organization in the country, and no one outside of gun owners has a problem with it. The NRA is an organization that protects a constitutional right, and Joe Biden is declaring war against it. And you want to know why? Because Joe Biden thinks you're stupid. When Joe Biden says he's going to defeat the NRA, he's really talking about defeating you. Say what you want about the NRA, but their entire purpose for existing is to stop the government from encroaching on your Second Amendment rights, because if he beats the NRA, that means the NRA and every other gun rights advocacy group failed to stop him from restricting your Second Amendment rights. So in short, Joe Biden just declared war against the Second Amendment. The irony is there are a ton of gun people who don't even like the NRA because they feel they don't go hard enough to defend the Second Amendment. Joe props up the NRA as the evil villain because he knows without using the NRA as a stand-in villain, he wouldn't be able to hide the fact that he's trying to defeat the rights of the people. Saying you're going to defeat the NRA to end the gun violence epidemic is like saying you're going to defeat the ACLU to end hate crimes because they protect free speech. And let's just get one thing clear. We don't have a gun violence epidemic in this country. I did a whole video where I broke it down and proved it. For years, we have heard that 30 to 40,000 people die each year due to gun-related violence. The UK has a population size of 60 million people. So let's say 40,000 people were murdered with a gun. That would only be 0.06% of the population. Now let's look at America, where there are over 300 million guns and a population size of 327 million people. 40,000 people out of 327 million are only 0.01% of the population. And that's if all of those shootings were murders, which they are not. If you break down the numbers, according to the type of gun deaths, the number of gun murders in this country becomes dizzyingly small. Of that 40,000, roughly 29,250 are suicide. 1,612 are law enforcement shootings in the line of duty. 274 are negligent discharge deaths. And 8,863 are actual murders by way of criminal activity, drug-related, or mentally ill people. So as far as actual gun murders, it's not 40,000, it's 8,863 out of 327 million people. America does not have a gun violence problem. We have a suicide problem and a socioeconomic problem in our inner cities. Yes, we have gun violence, but compared to the multitude of things that are far more likely to kill us, why are we expending so much energy on destroying the Second Amendment when it's a fact that guns are used to kill less than 1% of the population? Crazy thing is, Joe made this statement on the anniversary of a mass shooting that still would have happened even if every gun control measure Joe is pushing were in place that day. But that doesn't matter to Joe because, as I've said before 1,000 times, and I'll say it here again, gun control is not about saving lives. It is about control. 1835 in Texas, soon after a weapons confiscation request, the ladies of the settlement hastily made a flag to fly over a cannon being requested to be confiscated. The flag featured a black cannon in the center, the words "come and take it" below, and one star above the requested weapon to be confiscated, representing the Lone Star State. Today, there was another growing gun confiscation request in all 50 of our states requesting to confiscate our AR-15s. We want the government to know what would happen if they tyrannically passed their so-called assault weapons ban. "I will not comply" is a symbolization of defiance against politicians, anti-gunners, and any other tyrannical entity looking to deprive you or your Second Amendment right as put forth in the Constitution of the United States. All right, now we have the performance mask at shop.mrcolionnoir.com. And no, these aren't the masks that suffocate you to death. You can breathe in this mask. It's lightweight material, very high quality. You know, You know how I do. I'm sure the YouTube algorithm is going to do a phenomenal job of suppressing this message. So please share this video with as many people as you can so we can beat the algorithm and get our two-way message out to the masses. Also, don't forget to like this video and leave a comment and hit the bell and subscribe button. If you're looking for where to purchase your defund gun control shirts, hats, and drinkware, there's a link in the description section of this video.